just saying, people, in the comment section, is this the time that Steve McCLaren need to unlock that next level with this Reggae Boy team? Yeah, man, people, welcome back, man. Welcome back to the Morning Inside. You don't know, Nicardo Media House there again with the Morning Inside show. Bless upon yourself, people, in the Wednesday morning. But people, guess what? I want to tell the people, if you're new over here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you really like the content over here. You get what I say? But as today's video is all about regular reason, because earlier today, I think about the interview that RAVEL did, because that interview, I have watched that interview about 5 times now, or probably even more, and I'm looking and thinking about the part where he talk about the Steve McCLaren thing. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, what RAVEL Morrison have said about Steve McCLaren.
Derby, yeah. Obviously when I was at Derby, I was going back and forth international for Jamaica. And he always said to me, one day he'll get the job at Jamaica. He loves the culture.
Oh, swear. About sick. Swear now.
Yeah. And I seen it pop up on my phone. He's got the job.
You don't ever see, in my head, I don't
remember
see.
He left Man United to go there, you know.
Yeah.
So when obviously he's got the call, not many people would do that and think, oh yeah, I'm leaving.
But you're
Man
thinking
United.
like, you don't.
You know, so this is where I'm bringing the reasoning with you guys as well. You understand? Knowing that RAVEL have said this about the coach, that the coach already have the mentality of knowing that, look, I will coach the Reggae Boy team one day in the future. And I'm looking at it like, whoa, this is someone that is genuinely really want to be around our program. This is the type of coach that we need in our system. Look, Steve McCLaren might not be the Jesse Marsh, might not be the Mauricio Pochettino, you get what I say, or the new Mexican coach with Rafael Marquez. I don't remember his name, but he might not be the gaffer like that. But guess what? Genuinely, how he set up, you understand, what he really want to achieve with this program, it's coming from his heart. It's coming from the passion that he have for the national team. Remember, him told us that, look, he used to work with the JFF when he was working for FIFA. So him have that understanding, him have that understanding of the potential that the Reggae Boy team have and what we can unlock in the future, and the type of players that we can select from England as well, the quality players that we can go for and add in our national team, and the players that we already have in our system, and the players that we can inherit it in our system. It's second to none. It's one of the best pool of players that we can select from, who already represent the national team and who is on the verge of representing the national team, and who have parents which are heritage players that can cross over and represent the national team as well. So this man seen the potential. This man see the team, how that we can put out there. You understand? So I'm just saying, look, we need to believe, in Steve McCLaren. We need to trust the process. We need to give this man all the tools that he need to unlock this national team so we can reach to the next level. Just like when you look at Jesse Marsh, him walk through the door in Canada national team and him just change the whole dynamic. It's just a big explosion around the Canadian national team. Look what happened when we beat them last year around this time in the quarterfinals, when the Canadian national team, you would say it was a broken program. John Herdman just really left the national team, left his assistant coach to run the interim post, and we beat them. But the Canada national team was a team that full with a lot of potential. As soon as Jesse Marsh walked through the door, it make a big difference. So I'm just saying, can Steve McCLaren make that big impression on the team coming up in the next 2 games? That is very crucial. A team that have won the last 3 Nations League tournaments, beating Canada in one of those finals, beating Mexico in 2 out of those 3 finals as well, they will come with blood in them eye. They will come with a lot of emotion. They will come with a lot of pressure as well, because guess what? They have the Nations League coming up. They have the Gold Cup coming up next year summer, and after that they will have the World Cup. They will host all those tournaments. So I'm looking at it, expectation will be on those players. How much pressure, the workload will be on those players. You know, the gaffer, Mauricio Pochettino, how much workload will be on his shoulder to also deliver. So this is like, it is one of the best time to face the US, because when you look at it, the last 10 games that we have played in Kingston, we have drawn more than 50% of those games, which is 6 out of 10. We have drawn the last 10 games that played at office. If you bring the game to the US in St. Louis, it's a different ball game, where in St. Louis, a city that they only lost one time in since 1957. So much decades ago. That is like over 6 decades ago. The last time they just lose one game from 1957 until now. They have only lost one game in that city. It's a very cold section in the United States. You know, it's right in the West, you say Midwest, so it's right around the pinnacle of where people support football in America. So I'm just saying, if you look at it and what RAVEL have said, we need to unlock the next level around this Reggae Boy team. So I'm just saying, people, in the comment section, is this the time that Steve McCLaren need to unlock that next level with this Reggae Boy team, especially when you look at our players playing in their club teams, when you look at around and people over the fence, look at other national team, look at the teams that our players are playing for at their club level, we are at a very high standard. When you hear how much the Reggae Boy players, people have talked about, that we have players played in the Premier League, we have players played there and there and there, we have players performing very well in the highest level in the club football region. How can we prepare this team to play as a unit? When you look at how Jesse March team, we walk through the door, have less time to prepare a team for the Copa America, playing a team like Peru, playing teams like Argentina. He just walk into the Copa America and he just start to explode the Canadian national team. We have the just as similar as potential as the Canadian national team. So is this the time that we are going to make one step ahead? We play the US, in Arlington in the semi-final, leading them 1-0 for majority of the game until literally almost the last kick of the regular minutes of the game. Not before the game reached 90, we have conceded. Not before the game reached 90, but in added time when the game is about to finish, we conceded in the 93-94 minute with an own goal. So I'm just looking at it like we must take care of business at home, because where we will go in the next game, in the second leg, one of their feeding ground to getting victories for the US men's national team. So you have to look at that and put that as a marker down, that look, we cannot afford to go in that game and need a lot of need a lot to catch up, just like how we lost the first leg in Kingston versus the Canada team, and then we have a lot to catch up just by going behind again in the second leg at BMO Field in Toronto, in the windy cold night in Toronto. We're not going to have that opportunity. This US team is a more all-rounded team than the Canadian national team. This team have a lot of potential. If you look at how this team have set up, their best players are coming on board for their club team. Christian Pulisic is having one of the best season. AC Milan team is a bang average team. in this season at this moment. But guess what? When you watch a AC Milan team, a Christian Pulisic is showing up in the big games for AC Milan. Musa is getting game for AC Milan as well. McKennie is getting into the games again for Thiago Motta, the old ladies Juventus, in the Serie A as well. They have a few injuries that they're dealing with, but their best players are coming to the party for their club team. The players that weren't getting enough minutes for their club team last season, all of a sudden these players are getting minutes after minutes after minutes. So I'm just saying, look at where Steve McCLaren have this team. This is the next level where he needs to take our team. Yes, he's here to take us to the World Cup, to the promised land, but guess what? We have to play whatever is in front of us, and what is in front of us is 2 games in the next FIFA window, which starts next week Thursday, the 14th and the 18th. US men's national team, the quarterfinal, the Nations League, the defending champion, a very good manager that is from Argentina, and a manager that brought Spurs to the Champions League final, narrowly missed out on the Champions League winning medal. So I'm just saying, coaches in this region, they are very good. You know, when you look at Mexico, you know, I don't remember what's the name of Mexico coach. I have always said it, but Rafael Marquez is his assistant. I don't remember if it's I don't remember the Mexico national team coach, but I will remember in due courses. But I'm just saying, look at that, where Mexico beat the US in Mexico, in Guadalajara. Look at the brand of football that Mexico played in that game. Just a few games under this coach, and he's showing the potential already that he can bring this Mexico team. Jesse March is the same thing. Pochettino is yet to prove himself in our competitive games. You understand? So I'm just saying, is this the time for Steve McCLaren to show the people, the reggae boy fans out there, that look, this is where we are heading with our program? Remember, you know, this is a man that Ravel said been wanted the job, knowing that one day he will coach a national team. So I'm just saying, this is the right time. We are expecting something huge, and we are expecting something from our top players, our leading players, our marquee players. Players like, if Leon Bailey turn up, he must perform. Players like Andre Blake, yeah, who have one of the most consistent players. Players like Damian Lowe must turn up. Players like Mikel Antonio must turn up in this Nations League game. Steve McCLaren must find that fine tuning of how he's going to coach this team and get the best out of these players individually and play as a unit. Yeah, he must know how to get the best potential and drain everything out of these players individually, their potential, and let them play as a unit. Playing as a unit, this is how we're going to conquer the region. This is how, when the US, Mexico, Canada was the best team in the World Cup qualifiers. Now the US men's national team kind of picked up that, and they are the best team in this region. And look at how they're playing. They're playing at a very, very tight unit that is very hard to beat. But going into this game, it's going to be a lot of expectation on the US. You know, they are hosting, they are going to host the Nations League. You know, they are going to host the Gold Cup. They are going to host the FIFA World Cup. There's a lot of expectation, and then there will be a lot of pressure on the players as well to deliver, to bring home at least a trophy and go the farthest that they can go at the World Cup. They will be the host nation alongside Canada and Mexico. But the US, they made a statement appointment by hiring Mauricio Pochettino that can bring them to the next level. We have hired Steve McCLaren to bring us to the next level, a coach that once was the coach of Manchester United, the assistant coach. how much time we can say, look, the Reggae Boys have appointed an assistant coach of one of the best club in the entire world. A coach that was an assistant under Erik ten Hag. It's sad to say it. I know the issue of what Erik ten Hag have done at Manchester United, but if you look at his work, he was the coach, I think, that beat MORRISON, that was coaching Ajax in the semi-final. Mauricio Pochettino beat him, and Ajax was playing the best brand of football in European football at the time. So I'm just saying, we need to see something different from Steve McCLaren going into these two games, because when you look at it, other coaches around in the region, El Salvador, with David Zuniga, the Spaniard, Guatemala, with Tenas, the Mexican, Honduras, with the Colombian, Ronaldo Ruida. When you look at Costa Rica, new coach. Once was Alfaro Gustavo was a coach. No, I think his name is Oscar. Very, very good coach. Mexico acquire new coach. There seems like they are moving to a next level. Look at the brand of football that Mexico have played before they beat the US men's national team in Guadalajara. Now you're showing that, look, signs. So we need to see something on this side. So all of that what RAVEL have spoken about Steve McCLaren, that look a good thing that he has said one day he will coach the national team, he must deliver. We not just depend on qualify for the World Cup. We want to go to the World Cup, but at the end of the day, we must beat the teams that's the teams that's in front of us, and the journey must start. The journey must start November the 14th. And if we beat the US men's national team, we can go on to lift our first ever Continental Cup. But guess what? Remember, we must make sure that we get a positive result at home. Remember, the last 10 games, we have drawn 60% of the last 10 games at home. The last 32 games that we have played against the US men's national team, 23 of those we have narrowly missed out on a victory with a goal or less. You understand? So things are really tight between the US men's national team and the Reggae Boy, but it's just that we cannot unlock that next level where we can beat them. We beat them in a semi-final game already, where we advanced to the Gold Cup final. But we need to start to outplay a lot of these teams so we can actually see where our national team is at. But people, I've been talking for a while. It's your time to drop your comment down in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about what was the reason, or what you think about the reason that I provide for you guys for the Morning Insider Show. You understand? Thursday, I will go a little bit more technical in the Morning Insider Show. But bless upon yourself. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. I'm out. Salute.